this game started. And the Beavers have been waiting and waiting, and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. Opening kickoff sails out of bounds, maybe a little bit of nerves, and hopefully not an omen for the way this season's going to go. So the kick goes out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 40 to start this drive. They'll try the run. They start the afternoon with a run, and it goes nowhere. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Trying to impose their will with the run. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on that.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Kick is in the air. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So Oregon State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And this running game might have a huge advantage when they get to the second level of this defense, David.
Well, and this is a big challenge. Like, you're... You understand that this guy's a top-shelf player, and I'll be honest, this defense has kind of struggled a little bit this season, but this individual matchup, you got to get him on the ground. You got to find a way to corral him, slow him down. He can't be the game wrecker. If that's the case, it's going to be too easy for this offense.
And if you're on offense, you got to be thinking, let's dominate in the trenches, and let's get our star running back into the second level against this linebacker. We've got an athletic advantage at that position. So if we can free him up into the second level of this defense, make him make guys miss, those are going to be explosive plays for the offense.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Pocket breaking down. And that's going to fall to the... Incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Guys, let's talk for just a minute about Oregon State. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back. No one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. What's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. And the Falcons now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Give to the running back. Hard running there. And he'll be brought down.
And I love this because you got 2nd really, really long. And what's the idea of the offensive coordinator? Get 3rd and manageable. Nice job getting the run, not only a positive run, shoot, you almost got the first down, but now you're set up for good success on third down.
He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down. Goes to the option. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Got his man on the right. They'll stop him at the 41, but he's got 10 yards, and they'll move the chains. The Falcons will snap it on 1st and 10. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Single back formation, and they give it to him.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That time on 3rd down, they're trying to see if they can catch the defense napping. They go with the option play, but a great job by the defense being alert, being aware, anticipating it may come. Nothing there. They forced the negative play, now setting up 4th down.
You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
Listen, my job is to poke and prod and find where you're weak. I like it. Get the ball in the perimeter. How are the ends playing the run support? Can I get on the edge, make some big, easy plays early in this ballgame?
And show them a variety of runs that can keep them guessing later on.
No doubt, and I'm making memory of all this stuff. Did it work? What were they in? Can I get back to this later?
Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The Beavers are flying down the field. Takes the handoff. It's Hankerson. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Let's go. The Beavers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Oh, a lot of space. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Beavers can really attack on this 2nd and short.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
He'll pull it on the read. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I just love the way the defense prepares. Each and every week we see this defense come out, and it's like 11 guys, they've got their head in the game, and they're playing as one unit. They knew it was going to be tough facing this option game with the quarterback and the running attack, but they've just done such a good job so far staying home, playing their assignments. You saw it on that last play right there. Rallying to the football, nowhere for him to go and creating a big loss.
Back to pass, it's Murphy. Finds his big tight end. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. They're setting up the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that, take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Ball will be placed at the 40 after that kick out of bounds.
Let's go. Hey. Check. Black 33, Mouse choice.
Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. It's Latham. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. They'll move the wide receiver. They want to run this quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. Johnson looking to throw. Oh, they're after him. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. And the Falcons will punt it away on fourth down. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
And there's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate.
He'll take the deep shot. Grabs it at the 25 in stride. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon State.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Gets the back moving. On the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Carson. The defense wouldn't let him lose it, even though it's a completion. They lost yardage. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Hauls it in, looking for space. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Offense in a bunch formation. To throw, it's Murphy. Makes the grab on the left. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got his man downfield. Inside the 20, stopped at the 19 as they try to get a score on the board before the half. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Buys a little time. Tight end finds a soft spot. Stop is made at the 8, but it'll be enough to set up a 1st and goal. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Touchdown, Beavers! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half. Running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Bringing it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Give to the big fullback. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one from there in Corvallis. And this offense has been the story through 2 quarters, extending this lead and really dominating almost every aspect of this game. We're talking lethal efficiency from the O-line right on down to the skill position guys. Although I'd argue those big uglies up front are skilled players in their own right.
They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. They'll open this 3rd quarter with a run. And he was fortunate not to... yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Pass the sticks and still on his feet. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Toss to the outside. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. The Beavers are moving quickly down the field. Back to pass, it's Murphy. They're working that left side. He's loose. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll leave it with him. Knocked down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And just nowhere to go for that runner. He had no choice. That defense, they were bringing it up front. Everybody winning their one-on-ones, and they completely had him surrounded.
Here's the pressure. Working that left side now. He's got enough. It'll be a 1st down. They've got it up to 12.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself at the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the 3rd quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs.
Touchdown, Oregon State! And the punishment has been extended.
The 2nd half looking a lot like the 1st half, and this lead continues to build. How about the rhythm of this offense? They are showing you a little bit of everything. What they worked on in the offseason has been right on point, and game 1 going exactly how they scripted it.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the option. Quick toss. Got enough for the 1st down. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on 1st down. Running the option. It's Johnson.
This is one of the things that's hard about stopping the option. That wasn't a big gain, but you look up, and they're in second and short, second and medium. They put you behind the sticks consistently as a defense. This defense has to be aggressive, make sure they get to this quarterback, and make him make quick decisions.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. They'll go to the fullback. Creates a little space. Wide open spaces. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Ball marked at the 26. It's 1st and 10. Handoff to the fullback. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Off play action. Bringing the heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. That's the end of the period, and Oregon State has the lead. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up this 3rd down play. Johnson wants to throw it. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. He does not get there. Stopped at the 25-yard line, and let's see what they do now on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Not much doing. Gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Beavers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll run the screen. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they got it at the 42.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll do it himself. And he was able to get away from 1 tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. The Beavers are facing 3rd and inches. To the ground to try to pick up the 1st. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Punt is in the air on 4th down. Signal goes into the air, and he makes the fair catch at the 10. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Johnson looking to throw. Fires on the move. And his throw is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You've got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the sack all the way back at the 5. The Falcons will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown in their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Second down, they'll go to the air. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Moving out of the pocket. Zings it complete to the right. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on third down. The Beavers will line up to punt it away. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Johnson wants to throw it. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Falcons trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He lost it high and deep down the left side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. Ready to fire from the pistol. Motion from the wide receiver. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Falcons will send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Yeah, great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find